It's Week 11 of the National Football League, and we'll see the Rams, leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Rams and the Raiders, next on EA Sports.
The Santa Ana wind so prevalent this time of year, they rolled through and they left us with bright, clear skies here in Los Angeles, California. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, their head coach has got to believe it in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And a look here at their signal caller, the 5th-year quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Purdy going to the air right away. Kobe Myers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Purdy off the play fake, staying on his feet. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Purdy now to throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
.42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Stafford. Hard throw, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. 44-yard punt, return of 9.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raiders offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. Now Purdy. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here's Purdy.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Purdy from the gun. Open man down the field. It's Bowers.
And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
43 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Pierce now up the middle.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field in the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between running.
Touchdown Raiders!
Romeo Doubs.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Raiders are on the board first on the road here in L.A.
Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
The extra point forthcoming.
And that makes it 7-zip Vegas.
5 plays there on that drive.
And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Doubs touchdown.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game.
They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Stafford.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Rams first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. And the Rams at 5-4 now on the year. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And it's 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
Stafford now to throw. Going to be taken in here by Nacua. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Now the Vegas offense heading back out there.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Shotgun now with Purdy. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing here, Purdy. He hits Dobbs on the crosser.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
It's important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
2nd and 7. Purdy will set up to throw it here. To Pierce, they set up the screen.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that and take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground with Pierce. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
A Raider 1st down, 17 yards.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense for the Rams very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Coach, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
And that last penalty makes this 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5.
Purdy.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now it's Stafford. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
Now Stafford. Pass complete there to McCool. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
And this may be the one to build on right here. It's the second quarter. They've got nothing on the scoreboard as of yet. They need to put something together, and this is a good start as they get the completion there for good yardage and a first down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And this is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To the air again, Stafford. Incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Patterson's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Offense back out there along with Dameon Pierce. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. Back to throw, Purdy. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action, now Purdy. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bowers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Purdy now to throw off the play action. That's caught by Myers. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Purdy bootlegging it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to have it here at their own 15.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
L.A. readies for its next possession. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 10 more there and another 1st down.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the Raiders' 41.
Play action. Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Again, it's Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now Stafford. Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
That one taken in by Whittington. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
1st down and goal to go.
To throw is Stafford. Over the middle, he's got the hook up to Whittington. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Throwing again is Stafford. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. That's caught for a Ram touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Rams are an extra point away from evening this one up. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
They had the interception on the last drive, which led to the tying touchdown. So 10-10 the score as they begin 1st and 10.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Here's Purdy. Short throw caught by Bowers.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Purdy off the play fake. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
A run for Pierce out of the gun.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Now Purdy.
He can't get him down, and he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Got Dobbs over the middle.
And they'll get this down to the 10. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Throwing here, Purdy.
Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Bowers. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Purdy looking to throw. To Pierce, they set up the screen.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half.
Purdy sets up to throw again.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders.
Romeo Dobbs
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Raiders will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Dobbs touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakula. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. Stafford now to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Hampton. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Stafford. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And late in the first half, it's the Broncos who are out on top. The Broncos locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head east to the Land to check on the Brownies at home at Cleveland Browns Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Traylon Burks, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get over to Inglewood, see what's happening with the Chargers at home at SoFi Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Josh Allen, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And bulldozing his way through. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders offense and Brock Purdy getting ready for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And Pierce gets it again on second down. 66 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Short throw caught by the tight end, Oliver. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Back to throw, Purdy. Open man is Myers. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Completes it again to Dobbs. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Pierce gets this one running right. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Pierce. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll run for it with Pierce. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Dameon Pierce with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. L.A. set to take over again on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Screen play set up for Williams. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
Robert Spillane able to bring him down. 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
Now Stafford.
A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to face a third down. Back to throw, Stafford.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That third down conversion good for 23.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 31. They go back to the ground with Williams. And room there to work it inside the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
There's Stafford.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
Throwing is Stafford. And that is incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal.
He connected on his first, this from 41.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
That's complete into the hands of Myers. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 1. Purdy. Swings this one out wide for Pierce.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
93 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Purdy now to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers.
That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a 1st down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Eluding the pressure right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. 13 yards there offset some of the penalty yardage as it's 2nd down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. A give left side for Pierce. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
They only needed 1 yard on third down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up
Sean McVay, unhappy on the sidelines visibly. He's made the decision to reach for the red flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action maybe.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Byron Young from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Purdy. Dancing to his left. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Purdy, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Pass complete there to Nacua. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Now Stafford. He finds his man complete. That's Hampton. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now it's Stafford. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 more there and another first down.
That's another Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
To throw is Stafford. Over the middle, complete. It's Hampton. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Raiders' 42-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again is Stafford.
And that one too wide and incomplete. But at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed.
Only able to gain a couple there. And it'll be 4th down.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Throwing here, Purdy. Short throw caught by Bowers. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Purdy looking to throw. To the sideline and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
But they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in the running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Stafford now to throw.
Room to maneuver at the 35.
And finally taken down at the 34. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Raiders' 34-yard line.
In motion goes the tight end. Here's Stafford.
He'll get this complete to Whittington.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line.
That's another Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4.
Now they'll toss it out right to Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Stafford.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Offense back out there along with Dameon Pierce.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Going for it with Pierce.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas.
And it's fielded at the 34. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So all eyes on this Rams offense. Down by 15. A little under a minute 50 remaining. They need 2 touchdowns and at least 1 2-point conversion mixed in there as well. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he fires one incomplete.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10.
Back to throw. Stafford.
They're throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
They snap it to Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Now the Rams will signal for an ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's going to have a Raider 1st down. And that should be the one that finishes the script here.
And they will take a knee here. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. Purdy down to a knee, and that should be the final act of the ball game. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top